When we go to the main menu of our program, we're going to see we have our different modules. For example, we have lesson 1, getting started, lesson 2, creating a basic worksheet. In this case, to go to a module, we click its command button. Like in this case, we click getting started. And when we go ahead and get into a module, we're going to see we have our different topics. Like in this case, if we decide, well, I want to learn about the Excel environment, we can click the Excel environment. And what it's going to go ahead and do is going to take us to that particular topic. And once we get into that particular topic, we see we have different section topics that we can jump to. Like for example, if we want to learn about the quick access toolbar, we can click its link and it takes us to that particular area. Or to the right, there's a vertical scroll bar. We can use it to scroll up and down. And then what we'll see on these different exercises that we have, there's an option called Launch Exercise Interface. This goes ahead and allows the student to go ahead and practice the things that we talked about, and if we had demos, to go ahead and reinforce what we learned in the demos. Like in this case, if we click Launch Exercise Interface, it's going to go ahead and launch Excel for us. If it's already open, it'll take us to it. And it goes ahead, and in this case, it has the exercise interface that comes up, and we can follow the direction what it says to do. When we get done, we can click close to close the exercise interface, and it'll go ahead and it'll jump back to the program for us. In the upper right corner here, we have an option to change the viewing size for the font. Like in this case, if we're looking at the font, we say, well, we'd like it a little bit larger. We can click the drop down and we can pick a particular zoom factor, and when we go ahead and do that, it'll go ahead and it'll zoom into that particular factor for us. If we want to go ahead and mark this section as completed, if we're working and saying, well, we're done with this section now, there's an option called Mark Completed. If we go ahead and check that, and then down below we have an option to either return to the lesson module, like in this case there's lesson 1 menu, or there's the option if we wanted we could go to the main menu. In this case we'll go to the lesson 1 module, so we'll go ahead and click that, and since we had checked that particular topic as being completed, we see it put the check mark next to it. If we want to go back to the main menu, we can go ahead and click main menu. We have an option and that you're going to see a button for it in a lot of the screens that we're working with, called Course Map. This is another way to navigate the program and to create a customized learning setup for yourself. In this case, we go ahead, we click Course Map, and we see here we have the different check boxes for what's been completed. We have our different lesson modules, and within the lesson modules we have the topics. For example, there's navigating. If I go ahead and click that, it'll take me to the navigating section. If I go ahead and mark that as completed, down below in the lower right I can click Course Map. I can go ahead and return to it, and we see it's been marked as completed. If I see the option here, navigating, I click it again to go back in. If I decide, well, you know what, I want to go over this again, I'm a little weak in that area, I can go ahead and unmark it. If we go back to Course Map, we see now that completed check mark went away. If we go ahead and click navigating again, there's an option here to bookmark this page, and if we click that, we can see we can set up to 3 different bookmarks, and in this case I'll set it as bookmark 1. And if I click main menu, returns me to the main menu, and then there's the option there, go to your bookmarks. If I go ahead and I click that, there's the option for bookmark 1, and it takes me back to that particular area, and I'm back in this case to the navigating area. Down below we have the option view edit my notes. If we go ahead and click that, what it's going to do is actually going to launch your word processing program, and it creates a My Notes RTF file, and this allows you to create notes on anything that you might come across with working with Excel, working with this program, to help you out in the future. In this case I'll close out of the word processor, close that out. I can go ahead and click main menu to return to the main menu. There's an option here called glossary. If I go ahead and click that, and here are the different terms that I'm going to find in Excel, my general terms. If I click main menu, I can return back to the main menu. There's an option here called Excel 2007-2010 Power Tips. If I go ahead and click that, it takes me into my Power Tips area. In this case, I get 25 Power Tips available that I can go ahead and, learn more about Excel, way I can streamline things. If we go ahead and click Main Menu, it'll go ahead and it'll take it back to the main menu area. And then there's the option for an Excel quiz. If I click that, I can start the electronic quiz, and I can actually start taking a quiz about Excel. I have these yellow boxes. I can either type in my answers, or I have these different hyperlinks that I can go ahead and click. If I click my answer, it drops in for me. If I want to return back to the main menu, I can click Main Menu at the bottom and return back to the main menu. We go ahead and we click back on Getting Started again, and we'll go ahead and we'll click on the Excel environment to return to that particular area. And when we go ahead and we return to that area, if we go ahead and click the Quick Access Toolbar to return down below again, and as we start to scroll down, we see there's an option that says Click Demo 1, and then down below we actually have our different demo buttons. Like in this case, I want to learn about how to rearrange icons in the Quick Access Toolbar. I go ahead, I'll click Demo 1, and I'll go ahead and it'll take me to that. In the actual program, you would have audio explaining these different features as we're demonstrating them for you. Down below, we can pause our demo. There's a slide bar we can click, and we can drag to any part of the demo and click the play button to go ahead and resume playing. Again, we can pause if we like. When we get done with the demo, in the lower right there's the button Close Demo, and when we click that, it's going to go ahead and it's going to return us back to the area we were when we went ahead and we clicked on the demo button. We can click Main Menu again to return back to the main menu of our program. To learn more about the Electronic Excel Tutor Office 2007-2010 Basics, visit us at coroneldp.com. When you visit our website, you have the option to download our free demo.